All right, we've all made the gun cocking hand signal, which means we gotta go.
I'm doing a WP.
Work in progress.
Yeah. My penis is the eye.
Ooh, okay. So what do we got? Let's give them an intro so they know what they're listening to, and pretend for our guests that we always do it and run a tight ship. So this is the worst year of our lives. We're going to be doing... first of all, our guest, the friend of the show, Shane. Hello, Shane.
Hey, everybody.
Are you good?
I'm great.
What's your baseline mood?
Full of poutine.
Yeah, that's kind of all of ours, actually. It was very good. So I trust you have done all of your 2009 Oscar picks for the show?
Oh, absolutely. Just hit me with the titles and I'll give you a yay or a nay.
The Shirt Locker.
Yay. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm being conned.
Push, based on the novel Precious by Sapphire.
Oh, yay. Absolutely yay.
Absolutely. Monique, Gabrielle Sidibe, all the hits.
Forced pussy eating? Is that
Forced pussy eating.
Or is that the Precious?
What happened to your baby, Precious? I ate it. No, we're not going to make you do Oscar picks. We just made you watch wrestling. So that's okay. We're doing, WWF in your house 10?
10.
Did we hit the double digits?
Beast.
Double.
I love it.
We got to the double.
Mind games. But first, let's talk about how the government entraps mentally ill Muslim kids the government radicalizes the kids themselves. The kids were mentally ill, but they were fine.
Yeah.
And then CIA agents on the internet trick them, and then into wanting to do something, and then arrest them for wanting to do.
Isn't it awful when your government doesn't let you do this? Yeah, it's pretty awful. Oh, well, maybe you should say that a little louder so that everyone can hear you.
But what if they entrapment these Muslim teens into pedophilia?
A twofer?
Oh,
the
combining them.
So now we're
a two for grace.
Now we're I love a two for grace. So now we're crossing streams. Now we're not just entrapping pedophiles and entrapping Muslims. We radicalized ourselves. We're radicalizing Muslims into pedophiles.
Yeah.
Radicalizing pedophiles. I love it.
It's a classic honeypot situation.
I consider myself a pretty radical pedophile.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's levels to this shit.
Whoa, dude, your pedophilia is far out.
Tubular.
This is a radical pedophile.
I'm more of an Old Testament guy myself.
Oh, I see. A fundamentalist pedophile. Drew, I am so happy
that I'm writing notes
at the note you have just passed me.
Was he Jackie the Joke Man?
we got Jackie the Joke Man over here.
I'm seeing behind the curtain here. Scott's a fraud.
I write all of his jokes for him. I'm a ghostwriter.
Drew, any podcast or stream you've ever heard me on, Drew is sitting right behind me, passing him notes. I'm so glad you wrote this down. I would not have remembered.
Good.
This.
See,
this was a good one. So Shane, I'm going to pass it to you, and I'd like you to read it, and then we'll discuss it.
Oh God! Strangers on a train, school shootings.
Yes. So it's the classic. Now, this might be the one that finally gets us. But hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. We both would like to shoot up our high schools. Who wouldn't? Mm-hmm. Maybe you're in. Maybe we could three-way it. Mm-hmm, but anyway, you can't just go and shoot up your high school.
That's how they catch you.
That's how they get you. But if we strangers on a train it, and I go shoot up Drew's school,
okay.
Drew shoots up my school, nobody is the wiser.
Yeah.
And I believe nobody gets in trouble is how it works.
Yeah, that's the rules. If you're not there, you can't get in trouble.
If you murder someone you don't know, you can't be arrested for it.
I feel bad for killing all those Chinese boys you go to school with.
There'll be a few.
By the way, my school doesn't exist anymore. They tore it down.
Oh, your school is Czechoslovakia? It dissolved?
It dissolved. It's now several smaller
several
schools
city-states
that are all ethnically trying to cleanse each other.
Yeah, when Marshall Tito died, it just all went to shit. Drew's school went to shit. Fucking Marshall Tito.
Yeah, I think that's a move. Has anyone ever... No one's ever done that, have they?
You invented a thing. Yeah, this
That's
isn't
really
something
brilliant,
that's
actually.
common
It's
knowledge.
pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
From the criminal mind of Scott
Right.
Hewins.
You know I don't like you.
In a world.
In a world. I don't like you telling people my middle name is Quincy. Named after my biological dad, Quincy Jones.
Oh, I was going with Quincy, the TV show.
Of course. Quincy M.E. Well, in what world is the medical examiner the star of the show?
John Trapper, MD. Was he a medical examiner?
No, he was an MD, not an ME.
Oh, yeah.
He was a doctor, not an examiner. Medical examiner is guest appearance at best. That's a Tamara Tooney on SVU.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy that they end up icing in the X-Files.
The guy they end up icing in the X-Files.
The ginger guy.
The gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man.
Ron Howard?
Yes.
Clint Howard. Isn't it tragic that Ron Howard looks like Clint Howard now? That's one of the greatest American tragedies.
Clint Howard looks so cool, though.
He's rugged.
Like, he's a way more interesting human being. Like,
Yes.
looking human being than Ron
Yeah,
Howard.
he's less potato-y than...
And I feel like
Ron
he's
Howard.
less likely to have participated in the Hollywood pedophilia rings than, than
well,
Ron
he
Howard.
didn't
lower
get-
level.
He didn't get to go to the good part.
No.
No, he maybe got run off at best.
He
Like-
Get out of here, Clint!
There's too many boys and not enough people, like grown men there.
the ratio.
That they're like, all right, Clint, have a couple of the runoff.
Yeah, if there was a surplus of boys.
Like, they were
Yeah.
on a yacht, he was on a pontoon boat.
Hey guys, throw down the rope ladder.
Yeah, exactly. Clint.
Ah, Clint.
What do you picture? I picture Arrested Development for Clint, the protester in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard. Maybe Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the air traffic controller dudes when the penis ship is flying away.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I would not be against a revisit of the Austin Powers trilogy. It's
Even
been
the
a
third
long time
one.
since I've seen. I would include the third for
I love
completionist purposes.
gold.
It's definitely the worst one.
I always think of him in Seinfeld, was it?
Yeah, was he on The Sign?
Was he like a homeless guy, or what the fuck
He
was
looks like a
what was he?
homeless guy. Drew, look it up.
Well,
Clint Howard Seinfeld.
should I type louder?
Foliate.
More complaints about how loud I type?
Yeah, with your weird
Your
mechanical
fucking Gravol
keyboard.
commercial in the background. Your fucking algorithm's all fucked up.
No sign?
I don't think so.
Oh, did I fucking make that up?
Nope. Tobias Lehigh Nagy in The Trip Part 2.
Sorry, what was that last name?
Nagy?
Can you spell it?
N-A-G-Y.
Okay. That's not what I thought it was.
Oh.
You want me to spell what I thought it was?
Yes, yes, I do.
That's okay.
Pass.
Pass. N. Pass. Although, actually, I do wish I had an N pass.
You got given one online.
I was given one online.
Okay, so it's the episode where Kramer gets mistaken for that serial killer.
And
He's the
he's the serial
He's
killer.
the serial
of course,
killer.
Of course, he's the serial
Yes.
killer. Look at him.
Yeah. Totally.
Even in 1992, look at him.
I'm trying to remember his name on Arrested Development, like Jackie Treebark.
Jackie Treehorn?
I am thinking of Jackie Treehorn.
I'm in your brain.
You are in my brain. Are you living in my head rent free, Shane?
I believe I am.
Johnny Bark.
Hey, I was. I'm calling. You know what? I'm calling it a win.
That's a great name.
Yeah, he was a hippie tree saver. But then I think he gave up the tree for pussy.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
As all environmentalists eventually do.
You get tired of it eventually, man.
Oh, he's also the aerobics director when in the Key and Peele episode where they're doing that like spoof on the 80s exercise videos.
Oh, shit.
Where one of them sleeps with the other one's wife and he's the one directing it. Yeah. That's really good.
Okay, I was like, he's not one of the aerobics guys. It's Clint Howard in the 2010s. Yeah, he's the director.
Yeah. of course, this is clearly on topic with what we're talking about.
Sure.
The review episode where he has to rely on the magic 8-ball to give him all of his answers. So
Yeah.
he's got it in the fanny pack,
Yeah.
and it just looks like he's jerking off the whole time. So then he sees that one guy beat the other guy to death, and he's like, "Can I please leave?" And it's like, "No." And he goes,
No.
"Can I please go home now?" No.
No.
I would like to leave. May I? No. And he just has to stand there while there's a dead guy
Jerking off to a dead man.
Perfect television.
I feel like it's worth recognizing Shane's drip today. Pretty fucking sick. We got the classic ECW hat, which we saw on
Live.
the television
on Paulie.
as we watched. The classic black and white ECW baseball hat with the zebra Zubaz lid. Brim is the word I was looking for.
I want to get the fucking
The whole
hat.
thing is a lid.
You got to get.
I just want to, you know what? I just want to dress like 1996 Sandman. That's what I want to.
That's the
fucking dress
move.
like.
Yeah. And then, of course, the All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling Big Egg Wrestling Universe long sleeve tee. If I was to throw a date on it, I would throw out probably November 20th, 1994. Drew, what do you think?
I don't want to look.
You have to look.
No.
No, it's the rules.
Is it on the back?
As per the rule... Oh, maybe it is on the back. It's not. Just a bunch of...
Come on, stat guy. Hey, Reali, why don't you go look that up for us?
Hey, Robin Quivers, why don't you go look up some fucking shit for me?
Oh, Howard.
Oh, Howard. Feels like it's November 20th, 1994. That's all I'm saying. For me personally...
For me
like,
personally.
Personally, my feeling...
Guys.
Is that...
Seriously?
Honestly, guys, I feel like it's November 20th, 1994.
Correct.
Thank you. And the inspiration for a super show we did for a number of years, Big Dick Wrestling Universe.
Oh, but was it in a venue that was shaped like a big dick? Because that is the whole idea behind the Big Egg
It was
Universe.
not.
No, we were using...
However,
We were just
I
using
have-
Kelly's big dick as a...
I have work to show where the entranceway was a big dick.
Is Kelly like Lance Storm? He's got a big hog?
He's packing.
He's working with something.
It's girthy.
Yeah.
I did not realize that the semi-main of that show was a Bull Nakano Alundra Blaze WWF Women's Championship match.
Nice. I love that they have an 8-woman tournament all in one night, and then like 15 other matches.
There are 23 matches total.
It's a 12-hour show.
Yeah.
Didn't they like lock the doors and let people leave?
Nobody leaves.
It was like a Great White situation.
And not only is it 23 matches, but there are 2 over 20 minutes and about 5 that are over 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, there's like, I don't know, there's like 8 or 10 4-star plus matches on the show. And 1 5, I think Toyota Kong is a 5. Mayhaps.
I don't remember.
Perhaps.
I remember it's great. That's all I remember.
I'm going to say that of all the women on this show, I only know a handful of them.
There's a lot, so I imagine there's a chunk that aren't as well known.
Yep.
I just remember
Wait, there's a man's match?
There is a men's offer match, I believe.
That's the cooler?
That's the cooler.
It's the opposite.
Is it the minis?
Oh, is it minis?
No.
Is it the mini dudes?
There might be...
Is there a Mr. Buddha Man? Who are the men's? Just say their names.
Sasuke, Sato, and Shiryu.
Oh, Michinoku.
Delphin, Nanawa, and Jinsei.
Oh, R.I.P. Nanawa.
Ugh.
Taken too soon. The Crab Man.
By his own
his own crab.
claw.
His own-
we were going there.
Clawed hand.
I love the move in Japan. He didn't slice his own throat with a crab claw. He shot himself. He shoot himself or hang himself. Do they have guns in Japan?
They don't have vaccines in Japan.
They have guns and no
Are
vaccines.
you asking if Grand Nanawa killed himself?
He did.
It says heart attack.
Oh.
No.
Well, I think that
that is not canon. The canon is that he killed himself
crab claw
with a crab claw.
He cut his own head off
with one chop.
with one of his oversized human
novelty
crab claw.
novelty human claws. One of these things.
Yeah.
Cutie Suzuki.
But I love the move in Japan where someone dies or kills themselves, and then they tell you about it, like, I don't know, like 8 months later.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Or it's like, someone dies of cancer, and it's like, we don't talk about the fact that they had cancer. It's like this weird fucking...
They're sick and in hospital, but we will give you no updates on their health.
Yeah, and then once they're dead, we will not acknowledge them.
I think you should give me mad props for not referring to him as Super Dolphin.
That's good because there
must be a character.
Well, because in Osaka Pro, someone became Super Dolphin as a foil to Delphin. It was like a Super Demikin became Super Dolphin, and then he's like, is he also Goa? He's had a bunch of.
You're
games.
Goa.
Why don't you go away?
You're a Goa.
How about that? How about that? Not gonna do it.
How about Super Dolph Ziggler? And it's a combination of the two.
Now you're talking.
Goa or Hub.
Oh, he's Hub too. Okay.
Or Kaijin Habu Otoko. Or Super Demikin, Super Dolphin, and Zero.
Also Zero.
Has he had a match more recently than Scott and I? He has had a million.
Yeah, Hub's been active, I think.
Yep.
Kind of all over the place, right? Not really in any...
Yeah, Dove, Big Japan.
Dove. Shane, you're a big Dove Pro guy?
Dove Pro Wrestling, yeah.
Dotonbori.
It's like...
Dicks over vagina.
Dicks over vaginas every time.
I should be booed for that.
Got him. Fucking got him.
Fun.
Fucking got him.
No, you should get a medal.
For setting you up. Unwittingly.
Hey,
I just noticed, this is another tangent. I just noticed Copland on there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Copland. Is that recommended by either one of you?
That's Stallone, right?
It's one of Stallone's more recognizable, like, actual acting roles because he's like a punch-drunk borderline retard.
How quickly we forget Rambo Last Blood as his finest.
Is that what it's actually called? I thought it was just called Rambo.
I think the last one is called Rambo Last Blood. Unless... No, I know. I'm standing by it. But yeah, Copland, pretty good.
It's very good. Yeah, it's one of his actual, like, good acting
movie,
roles.
yeah.
Like
A Rocky type.
Yeah. Rambo Last Blood, you were right.
Fuck yes. The one before that is John Rambo.
The one before that is just Rambo.
I remember
just
watching
Rambo,
that.
okay.
Yeah, it was like 2008 or something like that.
Yeah, in there.
Oh, good news. Expendables 4.
Finally.
It's in production or just announced?
Pre-production, announced, post-production, where are we at?
Announced.
Announced.
No cast other than him.
It'll be a minute.
It's being written.
Yeah.
On the back of a bar.
I was gonna say, do you need to write the Expendables?
No,
4?
you know what? What we don't know, what you guys don't know about the Expendables, what I know is that it's like an episode of Curb. There's like a skeleton, but then the actors they fill it in because they're
such good improv.
Yeah, they just know their voice.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah, they've all got tons of UCB under their belts.
Yeah. It's always yes and with Sly Stallone. Yes and yes and yeah. It's
I love making the cast of the Expendables do whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, I'm sure that all of them are capable. Although Dolph Lundgren's got an IQ of like, I don't know, 210.
Yeah, Dolph is smarter than all of us.
he's a really smart guy.
He's genuinely like a
degree in chemistry or something.
Yeah, like a nuclear physicist or something crazy like that.
He invented the atomic bomb. Not everyone knows that.
Not the Curies?
Not the Curies play the Curies. Raised the idea.
That's a conspiracy of the Juden variety. Wait, were the Curies Jewish?
No, they're French.
Fuck. They could be French Jews.
No, you can't.
Lundgren's IQ is 160.
Well, Shane, let me ask you this: you're French. Am
I?
Are you Jewish?
I've been accused of that before.
Of being French
I've
or
had
Jewish?
I've had multiple women on. No, seriously. They'll be like,
I love
I'm just curious if you were Jewish. Are you Jewish? I'm like, where is it? The beard? What is it? I'm fucking ginger.
It might be the
Yeah.
fact that you're using J-date.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
fuck.
You know what, guys? My bad.
I thought I was on Christian.
I suppose
Mingle, but
that-
They've got their sites. They don't want to be with us as much as we don't want to be with them.
I thought the J was for just.
What? You want to expand on
Just
that?
date.
Yeah, no.
You want to expand on
I'm
that?
happy to expand on my premise. Thank you very much.
Of just date?
It's the site you go. It's the site you go to if all you want is a date.
Okay.
It's just,
Just date.
it's just
You know,
date.
I didn't
You're
think you
an
were going to
idiot.
be able to reel that in. But you did.
How your lack of confidence in me is disappointing. What did I have in the holster for J? And then I settled on J. I had a couple.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons date.
Who's J.K. Simmons?
J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Mans.
Oh, okay.
Whiplash.
Yeah, you're also like for the
Juno's dad.
for the people that are tuning into this that are like movie people, like you're talking to a person who does not watch
Shane has seen 4 movies.
film, cinema, TV shows, especially prestige shit. I will watch Sopranos clips on YouTube.
But not Sopranos episodes.
No. Just the clips.
Let's be clear.
I just need to see the major
It's
plot
just
point.
famous deaths
Yeah.
from the Sopranos.
Yes.
Which honestly are some good ones.
As I was saying, Dolph Lundgren's IQ is 160.
Yeah, very smart man.
He's got he attended MIT on a full scholarship after getting a master's degree in chemical engineering.
The Maryland Institute of Titties.
Gotta get them titties.
Yeah, go Baltimore, go down by the ocean.
Go
see some
about
tits.
Baltimore?
Yeah, we're talking Baltimore.
Me, the color guy from work, run for president of the United States.
Me and the colored guy
That's
from
that's
work.
stolen material. I'm doing stolen material. Don't give me credit for that.
No,
It's a Ron Bennington original.
It's fun to hear though. Anytime you hear it, it's fun.
Goes July. Don't you dare try to go in UI. I'm Joe Biden.
Look out for those stairs.
Yeah, seriously. No, Joe Biden will never be cast in a stairs match. He will lose every time.
Not a Stairway to Heaven guy.
No, Stairway to Hell. I was thinking about that
Ooh,
yesterday.
Stairway to Heaven, Stairway to Hell.
Stairway to Hell, pretty cool.
Who? What? Dreamer Credible?
That was not a good one. The Sabu Sandman.
Sandman.
That was the banger.
Yeah. After, because they had 2 matches back to back.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
One was
The worst.
and
One
one is
time.
atrocity.
Yeah, it
Hardcore
is.
Heaven 97, right?
Or November to Remember.
Maybe
97?
one of those two.
And then I think House Party 98 was the good one. But the first one, rough. They redeemed themselves though. The one after was fun.
I think
But
Sandman was
holy
like
shit.
the right kind of fucked up for the second
Yeah,
one.
he had like the wrong.
Well, there's like
the wrong
stories
cocktail. the
where
first one.
it'll be like not even it'll be like, oh, I was sober for this match and I like blew every spot. Like he has.
I mean,
to
it could be.
He's got to be tanked the fuck up.
Yeah, maybe his wrong cocktail is nothing.
Yeah.
I like the.
November to Remember 97.
Yeah. I like the Shawn Michaels Diesel move where you both pop a soma before the match, and when it starts kicking in, you take it home.
No.
That's the move.
That's amazing.
How good is that? I
That
really
almost
like
makes
that.
me like those two.
Right?
Almost.
It is a little bit endearing.
Yeah.
For 2 of the most destructive guys in the history of wrestling.
Maybe they made a lot of money, so they're cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other metric would you
Okay, there's
measure
2
them by?
things I'm going to go into very quickly that now I have a platform to talk about these things.
Hit it.
I hate people who retroactively think Kevin Nash is cool. Fuck you. And then number 2 is those fucking nerds that try to think Inokiism was cool.
Oh my god.
The worst people on earth.
The worst people.
I lived through it. It was the worst thing to
We
ever happen
were
to
there.
pro-
P.S. We're old. We were there. It's the worst however many years in New Japan's history. And the financials back that up. They almost went out of fucking business because they kept booking Hiroshi Tenzan versus Gary Goodridge.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Like Tokyo Dome shows that were exclusively like New Japan wrestler versus shoot fighter who's never had a pro wrestling match.
And can't work at all, and is not trying to work at all.
And is not trying to work.
This is not a Don Fry situation where like, oh, this dude's actually a really good pro wrestler.
Fry's cool. But
Even-
yeah, like
even Boss
like
Rutan.
Goodrich, Mark Coleman.
Ugh.
Like, the history rewriters, the Denzel Washington freedom writers on this, they can take a hike as far as I'm concerned.
I know.
They can take a long walk into a short dick.
I want to go like Terrell Owens, like lip quiver. That's my quarterback. When I talk about that kind of shit, I want to start crying about how much
I love T.O. Now T.O. does not need any history rewriting. He rocks.
Yes.
he rocks across the board. And I was gonna say what's his net worth. I bet it's like $400. But what's his all-time gross worth? I don't know, $1 billion.
Yeah, it's got to be over half a billion.
I think it's possible that Terrell Owens has spent more money than anyone in history.
Yeah, man. Him and Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco. His last name isn't.
No, I know.
Isn't
I know.
85.
Not.
It's 85. Chad 85.
Kind of sounds cool though. It's more street sounding.
It honestly, yeah. It sounds. Yeah, it gives me a Tech 9 vibe.
Oh, someone's emerging.
It's nice to have 3 people so that when you have to pee or poo, you can just go. You know?
Did which one was it, or was it both?
It was both.
Was it
a combo.
Was it a back pee?
Well, that's a fully formed.
It was a
one,
back pee.
That's one of those ones that like disappears down the hole before you flush it.
Yes.
That's a ghost shit.
And in that case, did it
fully formed?
did it ever really happen?
Did no one hear it?
I heard a bunch of the Inoki talk, and the only name I could think of was Dan Bobish.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
oh.
Like, just...
Part of the failed 0-1 super heavyweight division. He was going to be the centerpiece of it.
This is where like I go against my previous statement though. I kind of like the shitty shooters in 0-1 because that was the.
It's charming.
It's charming. Whereas the Inoki stuff, it just destroyed New Japan.
They were main eventing Tokyo Dome.
It's like, yo, I'll watch Justin McCulley fucking try
Justin
to wrestle.
motherfucking McCulley.
Justin McCulley.
Part
wow.
of a brother duo?
Sean McCulley,
Sean and Justin
McCulley.
Yeah.
One's dead, right?
I think Sean is dead and Justin is
And
still
wasn't it
alive.
something insane, or am I thinking of somebody else? Where like,
I think his head was cut off with a crab claw.
Holy shit.
didn't it have something to do with like his dad and him getting in a fight on the front lawn?
On Marvin Gaye?
And his dad shot him or something?
He got gayed.
He got gayed.
I know.
He got gayed.
I thought it was Dan Bobish, but it's not. But I'm pretty sure that Shane will remember. Who's the dude that won a pride fight by being in somebody's guard, putting their hand on their throat, and just straight arming it until they passed out? I thought it was Bobish.
Full-on rape choke?
Yeah.
Rape choke.
Oh.
But he won the
by a
fight.
rape choke.
But I can't remember who it was.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's like on the tip of my... Yeah, that's like some King of the Cage juice head guy.
Yeah, there's like a
Guy.
big fucking massive dude. Like,
That the Bobish thing tracks. It might have been Bobish. Or does it not show up in the record?
he didn't really have a lot of pride fights, and he lost most of them, so...
I mean,
Shane-
that also tracks.
Yeah, I know where he fought Crow Cop and he got his like eye kicked in or something.
Yeah.
How about... Well, keep thinking of it, but I'll say some other
It's not
Go
good,
ahead.
Rich.
How about when New Japan IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Yuji Nagata was forced, under the auspices of Inokiism, to have a shoot fight against one of the most dangerous men in the world, Mirko Crow Cop Filipovic.
On how many days' notice, by the way?
I don't know how many days' notice. It was not many, but it was also 4 days before the Tokyo Dome. It was 4 days before their WrestleMania. This is Steve Austin having to fight Who you want to go?
No, even crazier
Randy
because
Couture.
it was against the Noah GHC. This was the Akiyama thing, right?
I believe it was. It was Nagata.
Okay, so
Akiyama.
it's like Austin wrestling Goldberg.
Yeah, okay.
When the companies still are separate.
Yeah, so Austin is wrestling Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 14 in 1998. However, Steve Austin has to fight Randy Couture 4 days earlier. That's what they did for real. For actual real.
And gets like pistol whipped in like 30 seconds.
Absolutely gets his shit wrecked. And of course he did. He's a pro wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Crow Cop. You psychopath, Inoki. You absolute fucking psychopath. Remember when Inoki was obsessed with perpetual motion machines?
Oh, that sounds right.
He was dumping all his money into them?
You stupid fuck. Now let's drag Simon Inoki while we're here too. I don't know anything about Simon.
I remember Simon showing up in ECCW.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
They did some fucking angle that went
Nowhere.
Well, I guess it's because, like, TJP was at the Inoki dojo and he did some ECCW as Puma.
Oh.
So, I'm trying to remember what the deal was.
That guy's a real piece of shit, eh? Isn't he?
TJP, I can't remember what
I don't think there's anything on
I mean,
him.
he's Filipino, so, there's a baseline of...
I got the name. I got the name.
Oh, you got the rape joke?
I got the rape joke.
Good job.
Tim Erickson.
Tom Erickson.
Tom Erickson.
The bear. Tom
The bear.
Erickson.
Yes. That's right.
I was thinking that it might have been like Ron the H2O Waterman. But yeah, no.
OVW Superstar?
I contend that my favorite house show match ever with Val Venus in like 2003 or some shit, or 2002, I remember.
Wowzers.
It's one of those things
I
that
like
if
that.
I ever saw like a secret fucking angle of it, I'd be like, oh, this is just like a pro wrestling match that went like 6 minutes and it was fine.
Yeah.
But like, it's
At
in
the
my
time?
head. It's in my head.
Best house show match.
house show match ever.
Iron Trap Wood.
It was against.
Would
Okay.
been
Matt
there?
Skelton, British K1 fighter. That's who it was against.
That's who he beat.
Guy who has no clue on the fucking ground.
Is he
None?
Is he Red's son?
Red Skeleton?
Red Skelton?
Yeah.
No.
Why? Because they're both black?
He
racist fuck.
Another Matt Skelton.
I don't
So
think one of them is black.
after
Drew.
this.
No, look! Matt Skeleton's black!
Yeah, Red isn't.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, just come on, just rape choke him. Just rape choke him.
And Matt Skelton later on
Here we
became...
go. Just like
Oh my
God.
hand around throat.
throat. Look at him.
That's a bear.
That's a bear.
That is,
That
he is correctly
is
named.
a bear.
Guys, look up Tom Erickson, Matt Skelton.
Matt Skelton,
Do
who
yourselves a favor.
later became like a world level boxer.
Oh, really?
Converted, like he was like a British champion, and then as soon as he went up to like fight a real dude, got his shit wrecked.
Sure.
Like, respectable boxer, respectable career. Was probably one of the most boring, awful fighters to watch because he was a kickboxer. He would clinch a lot, and so like he had a very boring style. Like,
Yeah.
just
He was
terrible.
18-0 at one point,
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty fucking good.
and then lost one, but then 21-1,
Who did he lose to? Danny Williams.
Danny Williams.
Danny Williams.
Hold it.
and then he lost to some Uzbekistani.
Oh, Ruslan Shagav, who was also a converted kickboxer, I believe.
Okay. And then from there, it was just like a
Loss.
bunch of losses and some wins. And he fought Anthony Joshua, and that was his last fight.
Tony Josh.
Tony Josh
Tony Josh.
Good guy.
and got his ass kicked.
The Klitschko brothers were a $2,000 question on Jeopardy yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
That's fucking dope.
Which
Could have made yourself $2,000.
which professional boxers have big Chernobyl dicks and wreck Hayden Panettiere
Yes. Together?
together?
Wait.
It's a tandem team.
Are both Klitschko brothers married to Hayden
No, it's
Panettiere?
it's twin magic, even though they're not twins, but they look enough alike.
But is it monkey magic? It's monkey magic.
Are they? Hayden Panettiere, 5 foot.
Didn't they get
Vladimir
divorced?
Klitschko, they're 8 foot tall.
They
Yeah, they got divorced in 2018.
I mean, yeah, that couldn't. The center could not hold on that.
The womb wrecker.
he's 6'6", she's 5 foot.
6'6" and 5 even.
Yeah, that's gross.
That is interesting.
That's practically pedophilia. Back onto our original topic.
Back to
to
what-
circle back
to
around.
the topic.
That's a perfect example of entrapment, pedophilia.
If this
on
podcast
a Ukrainian
doesn't speak,
national by the American government.
if this doesn't speak about pedophilia every 20 minutes, then we get shut down.
Then we could get very sick. It's our treatment for our disease. Have I talked?
The treatment is the disease.
Have we talked about like the two kinds of pedophiles?
Yes, but
Okay.
on air?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because there's like they like picture a pedophile. Like there's that one.
Okay, you.
There's the guy. There's the creep with a mustache who was born a pedophile.
That guy who I saw on the news talking about the anti-vax protests.
Yeah, that guy who was on the
That golden-haired beauty.
I don't know. I don't know if I told you this, but
I'm P.S. in hindsight so glad I showered that day.
Isn't it a good thing?
Yeah.
I don't think I told you this, but my mom was very disappointed in you for not wearing a mask.
I took it up for the fucking interview.
But I also said, like, we were outside. You don't, like, it's not like we were standing right next to each
and
other.
also, it's a fake virus.
Wait a minute.
The vaccines do nothing.
Why were you there?
I'm in the Pfizer gang. I want everybody to know.
The vaccines just give you diarrhea and that's it.
No, that's my diet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all the bullshit.
That's my poutine and KFC diet.
It's I think that's all the diarrhea I've been eating.
Eating diarrhea gives you diarrhea?
Yeah.
Fair.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage out. Correct.
But yeah, like the pedophiles who are like your classic pedophile,
Yeah.
born a pedophile, they're untreatable, will die a pedophile, like just pretty much need to be locked up. The end. Then there is the
cool pedophile.
the elite pedophile, the rich and powerful. Were not born a pedophile.
It's a circumstance thing.
It is a circumstance situation where you are so rich, so powerful, you have done everything you could possibly do. Everything is boring. Literally, the only two things left that are remotely stimulating are heroin and fucking a kid.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately the way of the world.
It's conventional wisdom for a reason.
You got so much money, you're so bored. You're just like, well, I gotta do something. I gotta do something.
Someone just buy an island.
Let's get another island and another little.
Bring back the Silk Road.
Yep.
Bring back the Silk
For
Road.
its original intention.
Yeah, and everyone's into crypto now. That's what it's for.
That's true.
Cryptocurrency, crypto-fascism, crypto...
The big cryptos.
Cryptophilia.
The big C's.
Cryptozoologists.
Cryptozoologists.
I would say, would those be the big three cryptos?
Yeah.
Currency, fascism, zoology?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. That's a trifecta.
That's trifecta. Which one... we each have to be one.
I'm zoology.
Fuck. No, you can't.
We have to discuss it. You know, okay. I honestly can't.
Where the fuck is that from?
Really?
Somebody got it for me for my birthday. I don't know. They found it somewhere and they were like, here, happy birthday.
Okay, for those of you not in the room, upon calling cryptozoology and me and Shane questioning it, Drew then, like, from literally out of nowhere,
materialized out of nothing,
spawned a framed picture of Bigfoot. So
he protects your forests.
I guess you win, Drew. And then Shane, obviously crypto fascist, and I will take cryptocurrency.
No comment.
Can Jews be fascists?
For the answer to this question...
Can Jews not be fascists?
Refer to my Death in June shirt. Excuse, the answer to this question is contained within my Death in June shirt.
Within my shirt.
Dougie P.
Stop. Look, I brought you on. In the contract you signed to get on this podcast.
It was a blood oath.
It was. We cut our hands.
It was a come oath.
We did a blood oath.
You specifically said
under the Reichstag flag. We did a blood oath.
Yeah. All guests of the pod must fulfill a blood oath under the Reichstag flag.
Under the Lenny Riefenstahl DVD.
Yes,
that Drew showed us earlier.
Under Drew's stolen DVD.
Stolen Nazi propaganda.
Triumph of the Will. You specifically agreed that there would be no Death in June shoutouts. You said it and you lied to me. This is a ruse. You put on your game face. You're like, no, I'm definitely not going to say any Death in June stuff. And now here we are. And look at you. A traitor. A race traitor.
I have no comment. I'm looking at Strangers on a Train. How did we end up here when we started from this?
Oh, to
This
try
is what
to
happens every
to try to
episode.
reverse engineer how we got somewhere will literally drive you mad. Don't try. Braver men than you have tried. Don't do
Braver?
it. Braver.
Did they spend time on the Western Front?
Well, I heard it was all quiet there.
Who wrote that novel? I know we had to read that shit in high school, and it was terrible.
Stephanie Meyer?
You just made that up, didn't you?
She wrote Twilight.
But what's her stance on trans people?
Oh, is she like a J.K. Rowling?
No,
Like a fucking-
J.K. Rowling is the
Who
J.K.
like wants to
Rowling.
like hunt them for sport?
I mean, J.K., you don't have to say it, even if you think it.
Just kidding, I do.
Don't tweet it.
You're like
Just say nothing and no one's gonna care.
It cost you $0 to not make that tweet.
How many butt bucks does it cost?
To just not say trans people aren't real. To just not say that, JK.
Yeah.
This is the terminally online people, man. Like you can't. They can't help it.
You're showing me a good picture.
Oh my
Were they novelty keychains?
No, they were like gift cards for some store.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it was like a gift card that said men, a gift card that said women, and then a gift card that said online.
And then said the three
And
genders. Which
No,
is
it's fucking
kind
true.
of perfect.
Yes, everyone.
Honestly, kind of perfect.
Most people are online.
Yeah, most people would identify as the third.
Yeah.
They're not anything.
Because it's like, even when you're out in public, it's not like you can say, like, oh, that's a non-binary, like, non-penetrative identifying as a rodent,
I'm
know.
sapiosexual person.
Oh, you're attracted to intelligence.
And I'm also heteroflexible.
Oh my god.
Scott and I are both non-penetrative bottoms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you only do oral shit?
No, because that's penetrating.
Well, then what the fuck do you do? Kiss?
No, we're just bottoms, but we just don't have
We
sex.
just we have bottom.
So you're asexual?
No.
No.
Because
We
it's
have-
not like we're not interested in sex.
no, we have-
But the idea of being penetrated grosses us out.
but we have bottom vibes.
Oh.
Yeah.
We at least jerk each other off.
I guess that's not necessarily penetration. It is a made orifice, but
Can you penetrate a hand?
So you're not
Can
into
you penetrate?
medical sounding, is what you're trying to
no.
do.
We're
No.
what actually ends up happening is Scott pushes his thighs together, and I just put my penis between
We
them.
go Socrates.
We
style.
Socrates it.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I don't know if that's the name
I've been
for
doing
it.
that my whole life. I never knew the name
Wait,
for
there's
it.
another way to do this.
Well, there's also the old
Get out of here, thigh fucker.
clasp your hands together and then like thrust instead of jerking.
That's too much work.
Oh, that one's weird.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
That's
I don't
what,
like that
that's
at
what
all.
my friend.
Dry jerking for life.
Dry jerk.
I haven't had a good wet jerk in years.
How about a wet dream? How about a wet nightmare?
Oh, scares the cum out of you.
Scares the cum out of you.
I made cummies in my bed.
Shane? 2 rules for the podcast. No Death in June shoutouts and no saying cummies.
And he said it 3
2
times.
things.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Shane said it earlier while I was eating and nobody was happy. Oh, you also
Oh God.
What?
you also accused me
What?
of getting an iced latte with extra cum, which I was
It looked very viscousy. It was a viscous liquid.
feelings were legitimately hurt by.
It was a viscous.
Was he
I
wrong
think it would
though?
be nice if you did a public apology on the pod.
Was he wrong though?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying my feelings were hurt.
So then why would he
I'm
have to
resisting
apologize?
cancel culture. I'm not saying I'm sorry.
Oh, I like your style.
I'm resisting it. I'm waiting it out.
P.S. Anyone who's a victim of cancel culture, do what Shane's doing. Like, for real. Don't acknowledge it. Wait it out.
You just gaslight everybody
Gaslight
until
the
they
shit out
move
of them,
on
yeah.
and forget
Okay,
a week later
They
and
will
move on to
find
the next
something
one.
in 3 days. Don't worry.
How about this? You get accused of raping someone, parentheses, because you raped someone. And then what
Okay.
you need to do
So that's why you're accused.
is
because you raped someone.
is what you need to do
Brock
is
Turner
you need to aggressively,
Hold on.
physically and emotionally assault.
Quick pause. I don't know if you heard Shane say Brock Turner's
I heard.
situation. What do you say about him?
Well, he was a promising athlete with his promising rowing career.
Yes.
Oh, well, we know the Professional Rowing Association.
Yeah.
Now he's making millions of dollars a year with a Nike endorsement as
Promising
a
rowing
rower.
career comes up a lot on the pod,
Yeah,
actually.
It actually does. Yeah.
What's a downside guarantee on this contract?
What's the downside on your rowing contract? Anyway, sorry, Drew. Continue.
So yes, after you've been accused of raping someone,
Incredibly accused.
parentheses because you raped
Accurately
someone,
accused.
then what you do is you aggressively, physically intimidate and emotionally and mentally assault people into defending you that you didn't do it, because if people find out that you did it, then you're going to be in more trouble because you tried to murder people to tell them that you didn't rape someone.
P.S. This is a real thing that happened at Wrestling in Seattle
Oh, wow.
some years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was about to say, this sounds like a Jerry Lawler situation or something.
Jared Lawler, you raped that little 13-year-old girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He knows that. That's great.
Oh yeah, he's a fan. Don't worry.
We ain't gonna fuck no 13-year-olds. Goddamn.
Doug Gilbert still alive?
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, Doug Gilbert.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the most alive he's ever been.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Like I know Eddie is long dead, but Eddie's like a what? 1990.
Eddie's still in Puerto Rico somewhere. We're gonna find him one day.
Yeah, well, with Bruiser Brody. I think they're sharing an apartment.
There's a search party going. It's Tammy Lynn Sitch, Missy Hyatt, Savio Vega, and fucking Ray Gonzalez.
Scott-
Okay,
they're on the
that's a
lookout.
crack team.
What if
And the ghost of Victor Quiones.
Of course.
What if I told you that not only Doug Gilbert but also Tommy Rich,
Have wrestled more recently
More
than us?
recently than
Oh,
both of
fuck
us.
you.
they wrestled in September?
Fuck you. Former NWA World Champion Tommy Rich.
Yep.
This looks like a dope match. I'm looking over and I'm looking at the match. I don't know who the fuck Matt Rivera is.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Duff Matthews,
Big Duff. Love Big Duff.
and that was his retirement match.
Huh.
Yeah,
was in a
Lawler and
Thunderdome.
Rock and Roll Express against Doug Gilbert, Matt Rivera, and Tommy Rich
Wow.
on the Lawler's 50th anniversary celebration.
50th anniversary. Not, but by the way, that's not birthday.
No, that's his
50 years
wrestling.
in wrestling.
Oh, the Boogeyman. And James Ellsworth. Speaking of pedophiles.
Oh, speaking of Ped, noted. Actually, no slander on this slander-free pod.
Noted chill guy, James Ellsworth.
Also Tony Atlas and Tom
Noted
Pritchard.
winner of the first women's Money in the Bank, James Ellsworth.
Women are real wrestlers.
Absolutely, especially white women,
Especially white women.
the best wrestlers.
Well, I'm glad that we
Very athletic, very smooth, fast.
Good strikes,
Good strike.
Can
good
run-
rope running,
can run the
good,
ropes.
good like correct number of steps across
Yep.
the ring.
Oh,
Shane is having
God.
an aneurysm.
they're really good at correcting things on the fly.
Yeah.
They definitely don't have to do the spot exactly the way
Yeah,
they've
like
been told
good,
to do it.
good at working on their feet.
Don't have
in
to-
the ring.
don't have to-
Don't have to practice it.
Don't have to
frame by frame
Yeah, don't have to practice their match for weeks on the road.
to have a 3-star match on pay-per-view.
Do you remember that?
10-minute restart match.
Remember that clip?
So mean, but so true.
That clip of Lacey Evans and Charlotte, where Charlotte runs into her in the corner and
Oh.
then slows down and goes, "Slap me." That's perfect.
That
That
was
is the
tough.
perfect representation of white women
and
wrestlers.
then one got pregnant and the other got fake
fake
pregnant.
pregnant. Yeah.
It was a good move.
Yeah, good move, smart move. Remember when they did Lacey and Baron Corbin against Seth and Becky for both titles, and we were convinced Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans were
We're
winning
gonna
the
win.
titles?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck that.
That was an interesting time in our nation's history.
Oh boy.
Well, speaking of wrestling,
Which of course takes us
To our main event.
seamless transition. Shane, did you see that? Did you catch that? So you were in your house before you even knew it.
Holy shit.
the In Your House is actually more like the after show.
Yeah.
Where you break down the things you said before.
Yeah, like we just did a podcast that just ended.
Yeah.
And now we're doing the Chris Hardwick post show.
which-
Speaking of cool guys.
Which one of us is
not
girlfriend abusing Chris Hardwick? You or me?
Dibs. Although you're the one who has a girlfriend?
Yeah, but I don't want to be Chris Hardwick. I'd rather be like Ray Rice.
No, you be Chris Hardwick, I'll be Mike Furman.
I don't want to be Hardwick.
His old comedy.
Who I'm
partner.
sure.
I'd rather be Mark Furman.
Shane, if we didn't have to talk about
Podcast
wrestling right now,
over.
we would just end it there.
Podcast over.
That's a nice
no
piece
in
of
your
business.
house.
That's
No
a
in your
nice
house.
piece of business. I gotta say.
Noted TV personality for Fox News, Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
You want a law enforcement correspondent? You call Mark Furman.
You call the firm, man.
You call the firm.
Better Fox News correspondent, Furman or Tyrus?
Ooh,
Oh shit!
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay.
What was he-
And his balls.
What was he on that for? Like, what was he on there for? What was the purpose?
He's
of
just
his
he's just
visit?
on all the time
He was a
as just
regular.
like a regular
It wasn't even,
right
like,
wing.
for wrestling.
Like, they don't even
like,
reference
analyst.
the fact that he's like a fucking wrestler.
No, I
Probably
think they do.
Gets referenced.
They do, but like he's just
But
like
they take him as seriously as every other.
They
retard
love
on
him
that
so much.
show.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah.
And his sweet, sweet balls.
Oh, his sweet balls.
That's another guy. I literally never saw that guy wrestle once. Like, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Never saw him wrestle. I feel like I didn't miss anything.
Oh
No, Shane. Don't worry, you're safe.
I guess he's not on Fox News anymore because he got
I think
accused of
he's gone.
sexual assault
Yeah, he got
Oh,
me
that's
too.
right.
or
Yeah,
sexual
Me Too.
harassment.
Wait, is Brodus Clay Roger Ailes?
He is.
Okay.
He's about the same size.
Is that because one is a bloated corpse and the other is a giant man?
Yeah, there is a future bloated corpse.
This says Fox News turns to Tyrus, even though he's embroiled in sexual harassment lawsuits. Aw. Look at him. Cool guy. I believe he's the current NWA North American champion or something.
He was doing NWA shit,
Why?
wasn't he?
I believe he's the current
Yeah,
NWA
yeah.
champion.
That's right.
No, sorry.
Is he-
National champion,
National
not North
champion.
American champion.
There's all kinds of weird shit in NWA. Like the Pope is there.
Oh, no, I lied.
Which one?
Benedict the 16th.
Oh, Benedict.
He challenged for it and didn't win it.
Ah. Did he challenge the Pope?
Challenged the Pope.
Hell yeah.
The
D'Angelo
Pope-
De Niro.
the
Elijah
Pope-
Burke. Chris Benoit's last match, I believe.
Correct?
I guess Elijah, but that's why he did it.
Oh my god,
Because he
Shane,
had to
you
wrestle
solved
a
the
black
case.
guy.
Shane,
He didn't want to wrestle
Shane,
a black guy.
if you
He didn't want to. He didn't want to wrestle a gay black guy. That's what put him over the edge. He got black gay cooties and he killed his family. Then he hung himself.
Gay cooties.
Shane, if you had a time machine, what would you do?
I would do the time. Chris, you're going to have to wrestle Elijah Burke. You have to kill your family.
It's the only way
It's
out.
the only way out.
And to spare your family the embarrassment.
Yes, please. The work rate will suffer too much.
All right, in your house.
Yeah.
Unless you're really
Fucking,
now you're on like an NWA deep dive.
I see like
I am.
ECW results in there.
Yeah, these are just like all of the Elijah Burke. Like, I wanted to see if after wrestling Benoit, he was like, "Oh, I'm too sad to wrestle now."
Oh, if he took a break after Benoit.
Oh, at that point, no fucking
didn't.
way.
Yeah, he didn't. He just stayed.
I bet he wrestled the next week.
They wouldn't let you,
Yeah.
even if you wanted
Don't want to lose
to.
your spot.
No, you can't lose that coveted Elijah Burke spot.
Imagine.
Remember when he wasn't even a wrestler? He was just a
He was
manager for Sylvester
Turkai's
Turkai.
manager.
Yeah.
There's a guy that should have had a bigger run.
The
in
Predator.
wrestling. The Predator.
Predator, baby.
Yeah.
Or I had completely forgot that Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke were the FBI in restarted ECW.
Re-CW.
Re-CW.
That's ECW for autistic people.
You. That's for
I
you.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess I do fit both of those bills in terms of ECW fan and autistic.
Wow, the Predator hasn't wrestled since 2012.
We lost him.
Sylvester, what's going on, buddy? Hit up the show. He wrestled 0-1 and then IGF, and then that was it. Done. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Raven and Tom Howard defeated Sylvester Turkai.
Yeah.
That's his last match.
And Paul
last
Lee.
Paul Lee. Is that
Paul
some kind of, is that a
Lee?
reference? Is this like a Wade Keller v David Meltzer situation, like in the opening match? I can't remember what fed was. No, it was Herb Abrams UWF, right? They did
Yes.
that shit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Abrams. Abrams, cool guy.
Oh, very cool guy. Died in a very cool way.
Very cool.
Definitely.
One of the cooler deaths.
That's like, okay, for wrestling promoters, that's like the equivalent of like the fucking Tibetan sky burial or like the Viking funeral or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
doing a bunch of coke and fucking a hookers and your heart exploding.
Yeah.
That's the, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty
There's
accurate.
no more honorable death.
Super honorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, actual pay-per-view that we watched.
We're going to Philadelphia.
We're only 54 minutes into this podcast.
Pretty good.
Which, see, this is the part where the fans of the podcast go, great, now I got to sit through the wrestling. They're here for 56 minutes, 54 minutes of this, and not the last, I don't know. Can we get this done in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so In Your House 10, Mind Games, Free for All. We get Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross in the ring. They introduce Mark Henry, where they're going to have I don't know, is it supposed to be a debate between Henry and Lawler?
Be a debate.
But it was just Lawler calling him a big dumb beep.
Fairly one-sided. Okay, no, it wasn't Lawler calling it, and I think Lawler should get a Nobel Peace Prize for not making one racial joke.
If it was
he talked about him sweating Crisco. Is that
that's a fat joke.
That's
That's a fat joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
do black people not like Crisco?
They hate it.
Oh,
No.
there you go.
It's like garlic to a vampire.
Well, then wouldn't that be a racist thing of being like, hey, you don't like mayonnaise there, dark guy?
What?
No, but mayonnaise. Black people don't like mayonnaise. It's a white person thing.
Mayo ass.
Exactly, mayo ass cracker ass motherfucker. Like garlic to it.
Lawler also made a Ross Perot reference.
There was a Ross Perot
So
reference.
timely.
Very silly. So the free for all match was Marty Jannetty and Savio Vega.
Is that the only Savio Vega match?
Nope.
No.
Heel Marty Jannetty with heel Leaf Cassidy.
And no knee pads.
And no knee pads for Marty because he was too high and forgot to put them on.
And Leaf Cassidy was wearing a Greg Brady is God shirt for some fucking
For whatever
unknown
reason.
He had to have made himself.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not selling that commercially, are they?
There's no fucking
why
way he
would
license
they?
his name.
Who's gonna buy it?
You guys do your thing.
All right.
I'm looking up the Greg Brady is God shirt.
There was a backstage promo with Bradshaw and Uncle Zebekiah where Bradshaw referred to Savio as a Puerto Rican dog, which
Yes, he did.
I love.
Yes, he did.
The match was honestly nothing.
No, it's-
Marty got blown up like way
Marty
sooner
looked
than he should.
so much worse than last time we
Yeah,
saw
he looked
him.
like shit.
No condition to perform.
No, absolutely not.
There is no Greg Brady is God shirt.
Okay. Savio wins pretty easy.
Yeah.
Bradshaw runs down and beats him up with a rope and then leaves.
To set up the match
To set up
they're about to
The
have.
opener.
I was saying, is the roster so shallow that Savio needed to work twice
I think they were just really
on a 5-match pay-per-view?
Well, two things for sure. I think they were very high on Savio because he's like flashy and fun.
Yeah.
But also like Savio is kind of the runoff of Razor, right?
Yes.
They he was Razor's buddy.
Yeah.
Razor brought
Because
him in
they're both from the Caribbean.
Because they're both from the Caribbean, and that
Razor
everything's all the
from
same.
Cuba.
Oh, yeah.
Savio from
I mean, obviously.
Puerto
why-
Rico.
Puerto
Why am I
Rico.
doubting this?
So I think that's kind of what it is. I think just the hotness of Razor was really over, and now we still have Savio, so let's just put Savio in Razor's
And
spot.
I do like how Savio Vega is the 1996 WWF equivalent of a cruiserweight.
Yes.
He's their high flyer.
Scott,
And
it's
he's
not
too-
about weight limits. It's about
It's about gender
genders.
roles.
Age limits? Yeah.
So then we got a promo review of the whole Taker, Mankind, Goldust stuff that we've seen over the last several months. Then Goldust does a promo where he's doing a bunch of movie lines from the 1930s. Then they show backstage Mankind trying to murder Shawn with the casket, which doesn't go well.
Don't like that Mankind has co-opted the casket. Just like whoever gets Paul Bearer gets the casket.
Paul Bearer comes with urn,
Or
casket,
Those are his accessories.
and kisses.
in the
and you get to call him Uncle.
yes,
Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul.
That's right.
Shane, you an Uncle Paul fan?
Yeah, you.
So actual pay-per-view, it's from Philadelphia. We get Vince and Mr. Perfect and Jim Ross on commentary because Jerry Lawler has a match later, so I guess that means he can't do commentary.
Mr. Perfect, who we did a deep dive on.
Yes.
Kurt
Hennig.
Because he's just sitting there occasionally commentating, occasionally interviewing.
He's been on at least the last 3.
Yeah.
He did the free-for-all and then was the backstage interviewer for the other 2. This one he's on actual commentary.
Yeah. Which Shane raised the very good question. Is Perfect here, who we looked up, has not wrestled for 3 years,
3 years
as of this point, is he younger right now than Randy Orton is today? And yes, he's 3 years younger than Randy Orton. He's 38.
And Randy
here.
Orton's going to wrestle until 53.
He's 38 here. Has not wrestled a match since he was 35. Thanks, Lloyds of London.
Thank you, Bruce Pritchard.
And once Bruce Pritchard blows his spot the fuck up, he goes to WCW and wrestles for a while.
Yep. So the opening match is what was set up on the free-for-all of now no longer just Hawk Bradshaw. Now he's back to Justin
back.
Hawk Bradshaw.
Thank God he got the Justin back.
Versus
fight for it.
versus Savio Vega in a strap match. It starts out hot and heavy. Bradshaw goes to work really hard, beating up Savio with the strap. Then they end up...
Bradshaw, zero muscle definition.
Yes, as we stated
me,
before,
I'm a body guy.
never been in shape.
I'm a big body guy.
Big body guy.
You wouldn't know from looking at me, but know.
I'm into bodies. Before the match even started, there was a bunch of crowd commotion of people like looking towards sort of the entranceway side.
Yeah.
And then as these two brawl to the floor, you can sort of see that there are ECW guys planted right in the front row.
Yeah.
You got your Sandman, you got Dreamer, and you got Paulie. Mm-hmm. Right? That was it? Just those three?
Yeah, there wasn't a Van Dam, was there?
No, it's just the three of them.
Just three of them?
Yeah, just three.
Yeah, so there's sort of like a little bit of a argument between Savio and them. Sandman does the old crack the beer can on his head. Then a bunch of security comes
He
to...
spits
it on
Savio.
Savio.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And then...
spit it at Savio, then cracked it
smashed
over his head.
Correct.
Security comes over. You can see that Sandman is just bleeding everywhere,
Yeah.
like usual. They get back in the ring, and then that's kind of it for them.
It's followed up on in 5 months.
Of course.
On Raw.
Well, why not get it done now so that people can forget about it when you do it?
Yeah.
That's
February 24th, 97.
Sure.
If anyone wants to watch that. Don't shake your head at me, Shane.
He's got autism. Leave him alone.
It's a disease. I'm neurodiverse.
Oh, fucking.
Is that the term for it?
POC's neuroatypicals to the front.
Fuck you, dating app.
I get to go on a plane first.
Anyone with special needs or full-blown autism or AIDS.
Or anyone who's just calling themselves autistic with no diagnosis,
the
just
best is
as an
this-
excuse to be rude and not care about
the
these.
Sorry,
best
I have
is-
Asperger's.
Yeah.
Online self-diagnosing all your
The best.
mental... Yeah, trust me.
That is a very from experience kind of talk.
Yes.
Yes.
What's
What's the climate out there?
the climate up there on the internet?
Humid? I don't know.
I meant in your recent internet experience. Maybe it's been humid. I don't know.
It's very humid out there.
Chance of showers.
It's cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Sure.
Was that a shitty movie?
It's a series of shitty movies.
I think people like it.
I like them.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just,
but I like
saying that
Drew likes it,
flippantly.
but Drew's a baby.
I don't actually know. I'm just saying that flippantly.
I think it was kids books that they turned into movies. I think
Yes.
they were one of those kids books that everybody loved, but it was the generation after us, so we didn't actually read them.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's no Goosebumps.
So is it for Zoomers?
Maybe
I think it's for
like
late
later,
millennials.
late
Okay,
millennials.
late
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, like
Second wave. We're first wave millennials. They're second wave millennials. And I'm a fourth wave feminist.
You're a fourth wave feminist.
Yeah.
Does that mean you won't eat anything that casts a shadow?
I won't eat anything that isn't pussy.
Damn, dog.
You're living your life off pussy. That's a sad life.
Drippings.
You know what? That's not penetration, so you're fine.
I'm good.
So yeah, I mean the ECW stuff is done. They get back in the ring. Bradshaw starts doing the corners, and then Savio starts doing the corners. Where we, at one point, when Savio
There was a
got
hypothesis.
when Savio got to the third turnbuckle, he used his foot to touch it, which we're like, does
I
that
don't know about
counts?
that. Apparently it does.
Like apparently it did. They did the exact same spot from Savio versus Austin, where He's going to reach the last buckle, and Bradshaw yanks the strap super hard,
his fucking
trying
arm out
to
of its socket.
dislocate his shoulder. And then as they're going to the end, they're doing the, like, Bradshaw touches, and then as he's walking to the second one, Savio touches, and they go to the third one, and Savio touches. And then we're like, are they just going to do the exact same
which
finish they
prompts
did
us
with
to
Austin,
ask.
where the Bradshaw's almost at the fourth one, they fight over the strap, he pulls Savio, and Savio touches the fourth turnbuckle?
The answer may surprise you.
Yes.
Yes.
they did it.
Apparently, there is one finish to a strap match.
A different crowd.
Different, you know what?
This crowd
Different
didn't watch the other pay-per-view, so different crowd.
No internet.
It's true. America Online's done.
I mean,
they canceled it.
To be fair, I didn't have internet at the first one. I did at the second one because I'm pretty sure I got the internet in summer '96. So they fooled me.
I didn't get it until Christmas time in '98, maybe.
Shane, what were you? 2014?
I didn't get it till 2001. But before that, I used those America Online discs and those like net zero bullshit to to get it going. But like actual real fucking
and the
internet.
library.
And the library.
I
Yeah.
mean,
my online Encyclopedia Britannica. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, not till 2001.
I mean, but America Online counts. Like, I
Yeah.
had America Online for the first however many years.
But I
That's
stole
like
my
all it
mom's
was.
credit card number and I
Attaboy.
used it to open an account and then immediately regretted it.
Now you're
and then one time, like a fucking like an AOL.
A predator in a chat room.
A predator in a chat room called my home. Talked to my mother.
Oh no.
No, like an investigator with like
Whoa.
AOL like called my house and was like or talking to my mom about how I did credit card fraud or
Oh
something
shit.
like that. Yeah. It was,
Love it.
it was pretty funny. Pretty funny.
I didn't know that. That's-
Interesting.
I didn't get in any trouble at all.
Interesting.
I'm glad you felt that you could share that.
I was a good boy.
Scott, what's the worst thing you're willing to admit out loud on the podcast?
Stop
Go.
asking me that every show.
Oh, do you all the time?
He asks me
Oh,
every show.
I did
don't-
it once, and then I said, Scott, what's the worst thing you're willing to admit out loud on the podcast? And he wouldn't do it.
Like, I mean, I know the one that's close, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah, but that's too. See, just by saying
It's a
that
trap,
it's
man.
close, it's like no, don't do it.
I know.
That's
Oh,
the idea, though.
I know.
As it leaves your lips, you're gonna be like, I should
Whoops.
not be saying this.
I'm trying to trap him, but he
I'm
won't.
going to
But he
have to do
won't
some
take it.
rare editing on this podcast.
So next we get a Jim Cornette and Jose Lothario promo package, just kind of showing all the build up between the two of them, including Jose pulling a switchblade on him.
Yep.
Then the match comes where Cornette is wearing the greatest
Oh my
gear
God.
of all time.
The full body, like, lycra,
Yeah, lycra or like
red long sleeve,
that just makes him look like he has like perfect C cups.
and then these black pants that I insist are padded.
I think
'Cause
that's just his dumpy ass
His
body.
butt and gunt
Yeah.
look bigger than they've ever looked.
It definitely looks like some kind of like kink outfit.
Yeah.
Like if you're really into like pantyhose encasement or some shit like that. Like that's like his fucking vibe. That he
Yeah,
gives
it
off.
was something. It was fetish gear.
It was
We
fetishy.
can all agree it was fetish gear. He looked hilarious, though.
So
He's
before
such a great heel.
Before Jose comes to the ring, we show backstage where there's been a promise that Razor and Diesel will appear.
That's right.
So backstage, they show from a distance
You
down
mean
the
like
hall.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall?
Yes,
Who
those,
signed to
those,
WCW?
those exact guys who are invading WCW.
Okay.
They're still under contract. That's why they're invading WCW.
Oh, that's right.
So they're at the far end of the hall. You can see them beating somebody up, and then as the cameraman like runs down the hallway, they take off into like a side room, and then they see that he's beating up Savio, and they beat up Savio, and then the cameraman goes to like open the door, and there's like, I can't get in here. It's locked.
Which Shane called shenanigans on. Shane thought the door might actually be unlocked, and the guy was faking.
Yeah, the
for
camera
attention.
guy, he clearly just pushed the thing down and didn't actually pull.
The handle
at
did
all.
kind of go all the way down
Yeah, it
when
moved.
he pushed it.
It moved.
But he didn't.
Fucking Kevin Dunn, you fucked it up.
Oh, Kevin Dunn's bad at his job. What a shocker.
Bucky Beaver looking motherfucker.
You Bucky Beaver, dude, motherfucker.
No,
Come here.
no one in the history of mankind has deserved less, but gotten more than Kevin
Yeah.
Dunn.
Kevin Dunn, maybe the greatest overachiever of all time.
Like, if he hadn't met Vince McMahon, he would have never had a job working in, like, any sort of high-end film
No,
production.
you would have tried to
or,
do something, and anyone else on the production would have said, "Stop that!"
Like, this is terrible. Did you even learn how to
it's
do
like
this?
you're going out of your way to make this worse.
Yeah, like you're trying to be bad.
Is this a rib?
It's rare.
Like if you were to show that shit to like people you work with, like in your field,
Yeah.
Oh, they'd laugh you out of
They'd
the
laugh.
would like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they'd be like,
Yeah.
why are they doing that?
Why is NBC paying how much many million a year to like have this on?
200 mil a year for 5 years. That's $1 billion for the network on Peacock.
I love selling out your product and then just like not even giving a shit about what they do to your
Giving
product.
a shit.
Like, way to not have pride in anything you've done for the last 40 years.
I love the hubris of they submit to the Emmys every year. With that camera work and editing. That's so funny.
Yeah, Scott, submitting doesn't mean shit.
They don't get but the fact they even have the balls to submit.
Sure. Yeah, they
so
think they're
embarrassing.
not worse than they are.
Yeah.
Who's the poor intern that has to review that?
Oh, and that's as far as
It wouldn't make
gets.
it by the intern
No.
stage for sure.
No.
The match actually starts. It is exactly what you would expect it from a non-wrestling manager and an old fat lucha. They don't do anything. At some point, Vince McMahon claims that Cornette's biggest fan, Richard Simmons, is going to be disappointed in his performance. We're like,
Which we couldn't figure, like, exercise or gay.
yeah, like, is he calling him a fag? Or is he saying that he's been working out to get in shape for this and
Yeah.
Richard Simmons is his guy?
Or he's going to become a weird recluse that people make a podcast about.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Finding Richard Simmons?
Oh.
Yeah. It's interesting, but unsatisfying.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like it's like a minute, nothing happens. The finish, Jose clearly does not understand how hard cams work because he does the move, whatever. Like, what does he even do? Like,
Punch.
It's a punch,
oh yeah, like the
right?
big wind up punch.
Super sock.
Yeah, takes the bump and then does the pin with his back to the hard cam.
Like a fucking amateur.
Like a fucking amateur. I get like he's been on television, has
He's
he
been on
not?
television, yeah.
Yeah.
Like back
But
when he was a wrestler?
Yes, but he's not from the work the hard cam era. by any
Yeah, that's
means.
fair. Because what, he stopped wrestling in like 1982?
Probably.
1957.
Let's do some googling here.
1985.
There you
This
go.
is-
Was the
what was
end-
this last match?
Jim Cornette.
Jose Lothario and Tom Jones defeat Gorilla Johnson and the Samoan
Love it.
in
Singular, the Samoan.
September '85,
A good year.
and then he does WWF Experience 1996 in Toronto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 house shows against Cornette. Then he does.
They worked the loop.
Then he does In Your House with Cornette. He does the Raw the next night with Cornette and Vader against Shawn and him.
Does Vader punch Lothario? Because that could be kind of fun.
That'd be pretty good. And then a house show against Cornette in
That's it.
October.
That's all she wrote.
Dunzo. So after that match, we're at the back where we got Farouk and Sonny on the side by side on the hotline.
If you were
and
to describe
Mark
Farouk in 2
and,
words, what would it be?
Black Gladiator.
Black Gladiator.
A Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Not
Glad he ate her.
glad he ate her pussy. So Farouk and Sonny and Mero and Sable doing the hotline. They, I guess, are having an intercontinental title match.
Yes.
Question mark.
Although, side by side, Sonny way hotter than Sable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Not even
close.
Not even a
That
competition.
fucking leather thing with the red whatchamacallit.
Sonny's top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was nice.
Whoa.
It's like a bra size and shaped vest.
Yes.
Like zip up leather vest, but only covers the tits.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Big fan. Big fan. Man. Thumbs up.
So from there we get fucking Flying Brian, baby. Pillman comes out
Yeah.
to the ring
I
wearing
like how
the.
he was signed for a year before he was able to have a match.
They knew what they had, and they didn't want to lose him.
Yeah.
Right? Because if WCW signs them, then you don't.
Because I heard
you know?
if you don't use it, you lose it.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Then that means that one person we know has been losing it for
lost it.
years. Pillman is wearing the absolute best fucking shirt of all time.
Oh my god,
Of,
it's so good.
I don't call 911 with then just a gun.
Just a big picture
A
of
big gun underneath it.
And like sweet acid wash jeans.
Yeah.
And his awesome.
And his awesome jacket,
I'm
like
looking
sleeveless
up,
leather
I'm looking
jacket.
up that shirt.
That can't be a Pillman shirt though. That's got to be just a shirt.
Yeah,
he
I think it's
wears.
just a
Like,
commercially.
he bought it and was like,
available
"Oh,
shirt.
this is gonna fit the gimmick."
I don't call 911.
It's some like what do you call it? Military surplus store gear.
That's Blue Lives Matter right there.
It's
baby.
available.
It's
at,
Blue Lives Matter
It's
at
available at TeePublic right now.
Is it the exact same shirt?
For United States, $20. It is
Or
as,
like pretty similar.
as best I can. It's really, it's it.
Show me a picture. Show me. And then buy
Use
me.
the Amaro.
Show me and then buy me it.
You have two jobs: show me it, buy me it. I mean,
That's the one.
that's the shirt.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's the black version.
That wasn't there also a Charlie Haas shirt at one point that was like, "Guns don't kill motherfuckers, I kill motherfuckers."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wore that on a Ring of Honor shirt after he left WWE.
But before he lost his mind at
No,
Ring
it
of
was
Honor,
before he.
Oh, did he go crazy?
It was like
in
some.
his final Ring of Honor match, I believe it was a squash against Grizzly Redwood. He beat the fuck out of him for real, and then pulled him on top of him and jobbed and left forever.
Why?
Because he's crazy and his brother's dead.
I know.
And I don't know. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, he had some weird mental breakdown or something. Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it was. Oh yeah, these are all like anti-cop shirts. But yeah, I mean, it's similar along the lines of like, guns don't kill people, like I kill people or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be
Like Jaws was wearing in Happy Gilmore.
yes.
That's a movie, Shane.
That is in fact a
I've
movie.
seen that one actually. I've only seen Sandler movies and '90s Jim Carrey movies.
Scott,
I mean, you could do worse, honestly.
how not even has he? How many more matches
Oh, boy.
how many matches has Charlie Haas had since the last time you and I wrestled at? Side question, did we know he was wrestling under the name The Sickness? And I hope his finisher is called Down with.
No to your last question, but I love that the answer is yes. Has he had more than 10 matches? Has he had more than 20 matches? 30?
No.
25?
It is more than 25. It is 26 matches.
Since the last time
Since
we
the last
wrestled.
time you or I wrestled.
Charlie Haas, crazy person who like quit wrestling in, I don't know, 2014.
As The Sickness.
The Sickness. I don't agree with this.
I hope it's like he has a proper gimmick.
Me too. I hope there's face paint.
Yeah, there needs to be.
I hope there's...
I hope he doesn't look as bad as this picture
that
makes
one
him
picture where it looked
Oh,
like he
no.
had every kind of cancer.
look. Oh, it's like a fucking yeah.
I hate when they do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's him, he looks fucking terrible.
I think he looks better than that, but also not good.
Does he look better than current day Chris Benoit?
Similar?
Yes. Well, anyways, I'll see if I can find something and then we'll look at it afterwards. Yeah, there's definitely matches on here.
The Sickness matches?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks
Check it
like
out.
it. The Sickness. Oh,
He
he
lost a.
Oh, he lost his mask. He's not the
Aw.
Sickness anymore.
Oh, so it was a mask.
Oh.
Disappointing.
They had a career versus mask match.
Yep, against Adam Asher.
Of course.
Of course.
Household name.
Of course. Okay, so Pillman comes to the ring. They show a video package of Brett from South Africa.
Did anyone say anything? Well, when they first showed Brett, did anyone like whisper anything?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe somebody might have whispered very quietly to you, "Brett's gorgeous."
Oh yeah, that's so long ago.
yeah, that
I
was
forgot
me.
I said that. It feels like a lifetime ago.
It was a lifetime ago.
It does feel like a long time ago.
That's
yeah.
like 3 sexual orientations ago.
That's true.
So Pillman's in the ring. He's talking about like the Liberty Bell and the City of Brotherly Love, and they're all 6 pill-addicted, drug-addict scumbags. And we're like, is he talking about himself or the crowd?
This is projection.
It was a classic Pillman self-own.
Yeah. He then brings out Owen Hart sans cast.
But with Slammy.
But no cast. Owen claims that he's the best Hart, and Bret admitted to it. And Bret said that since they're in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, that he would be there to tell everybody that he's the better Hart. And then him and Pillman sort of claim that Bret's afraid, but like he's not afraid of me, and he's not afraid of you.
So it sounds like Bret said he was going to be there, then he wasn't there.
Oh, are you implying that a Hart family member is a big fat phony?
Seems like Bret might be a big fat phony.
Goddamn phonies, those Harts. I'm glad they're all dead. Owen and Pillman claim...
Except Keith, he'll bury us all.
Teddy will never die.
Or Hart.
Was Teddy on the Mount Rushmore of guys who should be dead?
Absolutely Teddy
come on,
was.
Of course,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely Teddy was. Yeah.
Good.
So Owen and Pillman both claim that the reason Bret's not there is because he's afraid of Austin. Austin comes out. They cut a big promo. Like
It's the first time he's sounded like
Stone Cold. He's got the vest. He's got the vest and the chain and the jeans. The only thing is he still has the Ringmaster music, which I don't know when he gets the Steve Austin
gotta be
music.
soon that
You'd think.
Yeah, we get some glass breaking.
You'd think. Then during his promo, Austin gives the classic line of, if you put the letter S in front of the Hitman, then you'll know how I feel about him.
Got his ass.
Then he leaves. They show Mark Henry in his full America costume.
It is a costume.
It's a costume. It is not clothes.
It is the
it's
loudest
a costume.
Stars and Stripes tracksuit you've ever
With a
seen.
fat Albert hat.
Yeah, and at first I was like, ooh, America Kangol. It's not a Kangol. It's like a puffy... Yeah, it's a fat... like one of the Fat Albert kids has that hat.
Yes. Loose
I don't
fitting.
know if it's a Mushmouth or a Dumb Donald or a...
I like that you can name more than one.
A TikTok.
I wouldn't be able to name a single one other than Fat Albert.
Yeah.
The little black one, the other little black one,
The different size black
the
one.
taller black one,
The darkest black one, the lighter black one.
yeah, that's about it. The Kenan Thompson one. Oh wait, that was Fat Albert.
Yeah.
So then, as he's going through the town, then he's like got the Liberty Bell, and he's like touching it, and then he goes up to a statue of George Washington, to which Vince McMahon says, there's the statue of George.
And we were all waiting for another word, and it never came.
Then we realized
Just
that
the statue of George. That this is on a first name
Vince
basis.
and George are on a first name basis
with the founding fathers.
Don't call him
George,
Junior,
Ben, Thomas, John, other John,
though. Other John,
Third
other John, John.
Fuck, there was a lot of John.
It's very, very white.
Adams, Hancock, Jay. That's
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
John Jacob.
Wayne Bobbitt. Wayne Gacy.
Wayne Shamrock.
Wayne Shamrock.
Wayne Barrett.
For whatever reason, during all of this like Mark Henry business, Owen goes to the back.
Yeah.
And then comes back out with the Bulldog for their WWF Tag Team Championship match.
Yeah, back-to-back Owen appearances in the ring. Could have just stayed, Owen.
Could have just stayed. Or Bulldog could have just come out with them. So it's Owen and Bulldog versus the Smoking Guns for
Let's
the tag
talk
titles.
about face-heel orientations in this
Let's
match.
talk about working triple heat.
Let's talk about sex.
Baby.
Remember, anyone who's listened to this podcast, last episode we were very confused by the face turn of the Body Donnas and the heel turn of the Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
This is even more confusing.
Here we are with heel Smoking Guns against also heel Owen and Bulldog.
Against confirmed heel Owen Hart
He just cut a heel promo.
Just cut a very big heel
Just did
promo. And a tweener British Bulldog, I guess?
Yeah.
Because he definitely works part of the match as a heel and part of a match as a face.
And they start with the face thing because they unfurl a giant blown up poster of one of a classic Sonny signed photo, the to Owen and Bulldog, All My Love Sonny, but then they drew glasses and a goatee on her.
And black hair.
Made her look ugly.
And she was very sad about
and
it.
everyone laughed at her.
And then she committed self-harm.
Then
in the
she
bathroom.
committed self-harm.
Yeah, she smoked crystal meth. I just made the note of who are the faces, who are the heels, are they both heels?
Well, it starts with Owen and Bulldog as heels. Because
they work over the guns
they
for a
get
while.
heat on the guns. But then,
However,
the tables turn, and the guns get heat on Owen and Bulldog. So it really is just heel versus heel getting double heat.
there is. I don't know. I didn't write a lot of notes for this. I felt like this match went on
I believe Shane
forever.
described it as pedestrian, and he was accurate.
Yeah, it definitely went on forever. Is it the longest match on the show?
No, the main would be the
Oh, other than the main, yeah, but it's the second longest
longest,
match
yeah.
on the show. But it felt like it was the longest for sure.
Yeah.
The only notes I really made were Owen does a very mean chop block to Bart.
Yeah, he really got it.
Like really flew at his leg.
Yeah.
Bulldog does a handspring kip up,
Shades of young David.
which is crazy. Especially at his size.
Yeah.
Then at some point, the guns turn heel. And they start working over Bulldog on the floor. They do tons of just bad heel stuff. Then they do they sort of do a whisper in the wind, except for instead of doing a leg lariat, he does like a
jumping clothesline.
like a forearm or something. Then unlike last pay-per-view where they blew it, or last In Your House where they blew it, Bart picks up Bulldog for the Sidewinder. Billy hits it.
Yes.
But then before he can even get a pinfall, Owen pops in and drops a leg.
It was with his arm, but so either he thought he still had the cast on, or
Yeah.
was he holding the slammy? I couldn't.
No,
really
I don't think he
tell.
was holding the slammy.
So I don't
but
know.
maybe he just thought, maybe he thought he was still working with the cast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just bops him in the back of the head. Then I just wrote the whole finish down because whatever. Bulldog gets Bart gets Bulldog up for a power slam. Bulldog slides behind him, shoves Bart into Billy. Billy, for whatever reason, gets mad and shoves Bart, who turns around, and Bulldog gets him up for the power slam. Then when Bulldog backs up into the corner to hit the power slam, Billy makes the tag. So Bulldog goes for the pin on Bart, who isn't legal.
Oh, yeah.
But when Billy gets in, he only sort of pretends like he's trying to break up the pin.
Barely.
But he's really just walking around the pin so that Owen can come in and kick him.
Yeah.
And then Owen and Bulldog win the tag titles, which gets a face pop.
People like title changes.
So, true. And also Bulldog's vaguely a face.
All of his numerous failed world title attempts have earned him sympathy.
Sympathy for a main event loser?
Yeah.
So Owen and Bulldog leave, and then post-match, Sonny dumps the guns for being losers.
Yep.
I just made the note of Sonny dash belt whore.
Absolute belt
Only,
whore.
I'm surprised she didn't immediately try to go with Owen and Bulldog.
Yeah. She would if she wasn't managing Intercontinental Champion Black.
He's not. Mark Marrow is.
Marrow
is.
Oh, they were saying for
challenging for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then next is Mark Henry versus Jerry Lawler.
Mark Henry's second pro wrestling match
ever.
His first one being the day before.
Against Jerry Lawler on a house show. So they show backstage earlier in the day with Lawler with a bag of McDonald's, and he has a cup, and he spills water all over
Which
Mark
begs
Henry.
the question, where's the brand loyalty?
No brand loyalty. He is the Burger King, not the McDonald's King. Fucking got him. The one upside to it, even though the match was honestly not really that much, Lawler did his goddamn best to make Henry look good. He took a lot of silly ass bumps.
Well, including
he Henry got him in a hammerlock and then went to throw him into the turnbuckle, but instead of Lawler running into the corner, he just took a big leaping flat face bump, which just looked ridiculous.
But then the one to the outside.
Then there was another one where he
Jesus
got him in another
Christ.
hammerlock, and he pushed Lawler towards the ropes, and Lawler just decided to tope through the ropes to the floor
Onto his face.
hit
Face
the
first.
cement part, missed the pads, hit the cement, and hit the guardrail. Really hard. Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much else to this match. Henry gives him, like, a Canadian backbreaker, which he just straight up, like, deadlifts him.
Yeah.
Like, Lawler does not have to post or jump at all.
No.
Gets him in the backbreaker, wins, whatever, puts him down. Leaf Cassidy and Marty Jannetty run out to attack.
Why?
Scott, why not?
Yeah.
Henry beats them up. Then Hunter comes down. Hunter gets beat up. He gets press slammed over the top onto
It's press slammed
Jannetty
better than Jerry Lawler got press slammed, because that one did not work out well.
Well, there's a big age difference between Hunter and Lawler.
Yeah, I mean, there's you'll find a lot of age differences when it comes to Jerry Lawler.
So we get a big promo package for the final curtain match, which didn't really describe it too well.
Which took us a while to figure out.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job of explaining that it was just a no DQ match.
But we do know the classic three match feud
structure. Yeah.
Number 1, casket match.
Straight to a casket match.
Number 2, singles pro wrestling
Regular
match.
singles match.
Number 3, final curtain. Always has been, always will be. The system works.
This one starts out hot and heavy as well. Pretty much like Undertaker just bumping Goldust around. I mean, he kind of, as is almost every Goldust match at the time, and especially all the Goldust Undertaker stuff, it's just Undertaker kicking Goldust's ass.
Yeah.
At one point, Marlena gets up on the apron to distract, where Taker just grabs her by like the arms pinned against her side, and lifts her straight up in the air.
Yeah, and as I said, like, she's a small woman. She's not big, but like, it was effortless.
That's hard to do.
She's got to be 100 pounds.
Yeah, 100 pounds. Yeah. And you're lifting her like high up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did it. But right after that spot, Goldust uses the old pocket sand.
Which resulted in the ring covered in glitter
for
the rest of the night.
Yeah, stupid. Then the Undertaker, then Goldust does some work, but Undertaker kind of just gets right back in control. Does the old school, does some spots.
It wasn't old school then; it was regular.
It was the current school.
It was school.
It was school. Then Goldust takes a stupid, like, Undertaker gives him a choke slam, but he lands on his feet first. But then
choke slam off the top.
Off top, lands on his feet first, but then somehow still manages to like snap his head back and hit the mat stupid hard.
Yeah. Rarely do you see a bump where a guy lands on his feet first, but it's still a hard bump.
Still looks like he hurt himself.
Yeah.
And then the finish is, for the second time in 3 matches, is get him up on, like, for the tombstone with both legs to the side.
Don't get his feet symmetrical.
And then go.
Send Scott into an OCD fit.
It's no Kawada.
Jesus.
It is no Kawada.
Was it you that sent it?
Yeah.
Kelly? Yeah. This weird clip of Kawada doing this, like, spread his legs as far apart as he can, like Fire Thunder, like Tombstone.
It's gone. I can't even show you.
It's gone?
Well, it was on the story, right? And the story only lasts.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's really like legs all the way out, just like.
Very silly. And like, Kawada's not a Tombstone guy.
No. But as you had hypothesized, maybe it's that Dustin is very tall, and he didn't want to try and adjust and lose him.
When you get a guy up for a tombstone, that's where then you adjust the legs. And Dustin is 6'6", so maybe he didn't want to risk adjusting a guy that big, is my theory.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So now
inside tips
from the pros. Insider baseball. Baseball's gay.
Insider trading.
Insider.
Put it all in crypto. Put it all in crypto fascism.
So finally, main event. Possibly the best match we've seen on In Your House yet.
I mean, if with a clean finish, absolutely.
Yeah.
The finish takes it down, but man, it was
really fun.
Fucking good.
Shawn Michaels versus Mankind. Of course, Mankind and Paul Bearer come out with the casket, which is a major player in this match, even though it's not it's a regular match with DQs and countouts, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah. For a minute, they were acting like it was the casket.
Kind of.
Like Mankind was trying to get Shawn into the casket.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe it's just the gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Of him being a creep. I didn't really do a lot of for all the notes. I just wrote down spots for this because it was a long match with a lot of stuff. At one point, Mankind goes to remove the padding from the floor, but as he's got it in front of him, picking it up, Shawn jumps off the stairs and gives him a drop kick. So he takes a bump to the floor with the padding on top of him, and then Shawn decides to do a bunch of stomps and stand on him.
He's just blind because he's completely covered by the pad. He's probably stomping on his face, and Foley's
probably doesn't care. As soon as that spot's over, then Shawn goes up and does a moonsault to the floor.
Nah, crossbody.
Crossbody. Sorry, crossbody.
I believe Shane called him a coward for not doing
yes.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Acai or go home.
Acai or go home.
Then there was a big, I don't remember exactly what Shawn did, but Mankind took a big snap bump on the cement, as is tradition.
Yeah. And then Shawn, he took two, and the second one was just Shawn, whipping his head onto the exposed cement.
Yes, yeah.
Which was so not enough people would have been impressed by that for how much it hurt.
Yeah. You're doing that for a very small percentage of the audience. And in 20 years.
Yeah.
Then Mankind avoided Sweet Chin Music by toping to the floor onto the cement.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
Then we get the first of several stupid Foley or Mankind related stair spots where Shawn gives him a suplex on the floor and his heel and calf slam the top of the stairs.
Absolutely smashes
absolutely
the
tries
edge of the stairs.
Absolutely tries to break his own leg.
It was so gross.
Yeah, real loud.
I'm surprised it didn't break his shin from the far side.
From the front, yeah. The impact was so powerful that it reverberated and broke the front through the front to the back.
It looked like tib-fib compound.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the next big spot is Mankind does the old put Shawn against the stairs sitting down.
Yep.
Go to run and hit the knee. Shawn moves just thighs and shins and knees first into the top of the stairs and just goes over the top. Fuck those stairs are not meant to move. Stairs. Then as soon as Shawn's up, he drop toe holds Mankind face first into the stairs, which Foley takes smacks really hard.
That one he actually worked though.
Yes, yeah.
It looked good.
Yep.
But
he hit the stairs with his hand really hard to get the good sound. They get back in the ring. Then Mankind gets whipped and does the old get your head caught between the second and top rope.
Yeah.
But then when Shawn comes over to get him, he gives him the mandible claw. So Foley's Mankind's hanging between the ropes while he mandible claws Shawn. That's really cool. Then they go back down to the floor. They fight on the floor a bunch. Shawn picks up a chair, and as Mankind turns around to punch him, Shawn just holds the chair up, and Mankind punches the chair. He then hits Mankind with the side of the chair in the back of the knee, and then gives him a really big shot to the head with the flat part of the chair.
Yeah.
Then he goes up to the second rope to do something, and Shawn kicks him off, and he falls to the floor. And then the chair that Shawn was using is in the ring. Foley climbs back up with a chair, and Shawn runs and jumps off the chair in the ring to one-footed drop kick the chair into Foley's head.
Because somebody watched the ECW tape that day.
Absolutely. Then as they're setting up for the Sweet Chin Music for the finish, Vader runs in.
You have the table spot?
Oh, did I not write the table spot? Oh, I forgot to write the table spot. There's no table spot. It's fine.
It was what? So it was Foley.
Oh, I wrote second rope fall to the floor, and I probably meant that's the spot.
Yeah, so Foley's trying to give Shawn a back suplex
from the second rope
to a table on the floor.
Yeah.
And then Shawn does the 180 and turns into a crossbody through
the table. Yeah, to the floor. So as they're back in the ring and Shawn's going for the setup for Sweet Chin Music, Vader runs in
like a jerk,
straight up DQ. Shawn and Vader have a kind of a little bit of a back and forth. Shawn gets the upper hand and clotheslines Vader over the top to the floor. As Vader lands on his feet, Sid runs down, spins him around.
Shane, tell us about Sid. and the punch.
Oh my god! What? How would you even describe?
I don't know. That's why I don't.
It's
I
like a
hate to put you on
baseball.
the spot.
It's like a baseball. It's like, well, he's a man of softball.
He's a man of softball. We can
So
agree.
it was like an overhand pitch in softball. I don't know what the fuck that was.
so
It's a light toss from 2 to 1, from second to first.
Yeah.
Like get the ball, you're not that far away, so you just sort of like big wind up to throw, and you're like
from 4 to 3.
4 to 3. Yes, 4 to 3.
I'm a baseball man.
If I said you were a baseball man, you would agree.
If I told you I was a baseball man, you would agree.
Yeah, and then after that, Mankind gets up. He gets awoken by Paul Bearer holding the urn upside down, like an upside down cross, because he's the evil one. He gets the Mandible Claw back on Shawn. He gets Shawn down. He starts rolling him towards the casket. Undertaker pops out of the casket. He immediately grabs Mankind, beats the shit out of him. Then Shawn leaves triumphant, and we get more Mankind Taker stuff next time.
I think someone's getting buried alive.
I believe you're correct, madam.
And you said next show looks like a better overall show?
Next show looks like it has a lot better things on it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I remain cautiously optimistic.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
Or you could.
All right.
You know what? It's a real dealer's choice.
Okay. I real Sophie's choice.
No, not Sophie's.
Okay.
Sobeys choice. You get to choose between Safeway or other companies that Sobeys owns.
I thought I got to choose between...
The drinks?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Sobeys.
thought I got to
You
choose
only
between
get the pina colada.
between citrus green tea and Liz Jizz.
No, you only...
Yeah, the Liz Jizz.
Yeah, the Liz Jizz.
I was searching for like that gross milky looking fucking
Yep.
strawberry. I was like,
Now let me tell you, the Liz Jizz, gross. However, there was an orange cream one called Tsunami that it sometimes hit just right. I gotta say, but it was also viscous and cummy.
does that shit exist anymore?
It does, but in like 2 flavors.
Yeah, it's literally only like...
Oh.
I still see
They
the.
streamlined
Although
it.
one of the flavors is good. One's the one I like. The cranberry grapefruit is a good one,
Okay.
and I see that.
How come you guys don't have a
That's
fucking
Tsunami?
drinks podcast?
Oh, this turns into a drinks podcast a lot.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tsunami. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've had lots of drink-related sponsors. We've talked about energy drinks and other things a lot.
Yeah, we did easy 45 minutes on like Monster Energy.
On Monster Energy drinks, yeah, for sure.
So don't worry, we're covered.
We're a broad spectrum.
Oh, you're a spectrum.
Emphasis on the spectrum.
Say.
Podcast. Well, congratulations. We got all of the wrestling done in about 30 minutes.
Pretty good.
35 minutes, but that's pretty good.
Pretty good. What else should we tell?
Did we
the fine
do the tweets?
We didn't do the tweets. So find me at not Scott Henson.
Syrian Softpaws.
Shane, anything you'd like to
I
promote?
don't need to promote anything.
Nothing?
Don't follow
Don't
me
look for Shane on
Don't
Twitter.
look for
find
me.
him?
Don't follow me. I don't post anything good.
Fair enough.
I'm
Anything you'd like to promote on behalf of anyone else? Don't
I
say
would-
Death in June. I swear to fucking God.
I would like to promote the revolution in Colombia. No.
Pro-Palestine.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
This is a very pro-Palestine,
pro-Palestine podcast. A
anti-Israel
triple
podcast.
Yeah.
If we were allowed to put the image on the podcast of something anti-Israel, we'd consider it. In fact, we did consider it until we thought it would get us taken down.
It
Yes.
would. Yeah.
As it stands, we only have the Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers, which somebody
'Cause
thought
that's
represented
chill.
us and not just the fact that we're mocking 9/11.
Yeah, someone else like, so...
Oh, I get it. Drew and Scott are the Twin
They're the
Towers.
Twin Towers.
And they're like, and I'm like, no. They're like, then what the Twin Towers represent? I'm like, capitalism.
That jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Did you know that jet fuel doesn't melt steel
Are you
beams?
just asking questions?
I know my
you heard of
rights as
dude
an
like
American
Lawler?
citizzen. I
No.
was a governor.
Is
I
it?
was I was a Marine.
A Navy SEAL, a fighter.
Love James Adomian.
Yeah. He's
Look
some
at
real,
that body, McMahon.
He's some real he's some real low hanging fruit. I must say, it's the name of his album. I'm not calling him gay. I mean, he's gay.
He's
but
gay.
He's super gay. Hey, do you remember when you and I saw him before we knew who he was?
Do you remember you and I sex?
Shut the fuck up, Drew. I'm talking to my friend Shane.
Yeah, when we saw him, he came out as John McCain at Andy Kindler's show and just started saying all kinds of wild racist shit as John
like,
McCain.
who is
He's
this
like,
guy?
some gook cunt. And then Andy, like, clearly was like, whoa, no. I don't want this. Like, I'm not.
I missed that era of Vancouver Comedy Festival
Where it was just some
where they would
throwing
just do
money.
like weird shows in like hotel conference rooms.
The most money mark festival.
So money
ever.
mark, like 6 high level comedians in front of 6 audience
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
It was so for $10. It made no like I understand why it doesn't happen anymore.
But, yeah.
It's completely untenable financially. But it was so awesome for those like 3 years, like 08 to 2010 were
08 was
so fucking good. I love
The
it.
golden.
They did
era.
they did a comedy death ray taping in a conference room. Not even like a meeting room. Like it sat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's crazy.
Good times. Anyway,
Good times.
Shane, thanks for being on the show. It was
Thank you for having me.
super fun.
I'm ready to power down.
You're gonna deactivate?
I'm like deactivating right now.
Love it.
Is it all poutine?
The poutine got to me.
It hits you.
I'm crashing from that in the fucking Reese cup.
You know what? I think you
Plural.
might have flown too close to the sun with the Reese cup.
Oh,
Oh, there he
the
goes.
sun.
Well, we're gonna get straight to the hospital, and until next time,
Oh,
the
God.
secret letter is T.
Somebody's the bad guy. I'm not going to tell you who, but you know.